artificial intelligence. Now, I do want to share one thing, okay? Everyone talks about artificial intelligence. It's something that we can't deny. It's something that is here. It's going to continue to be here. It's going to get stronger, and things are about to get crazy. So crazy to the point where 2,000 experts, including the likes of Elon Musk, signed a letter saying the globe, everyone in the world should halt AI or continuing AI development for at least 6 months so we can gather ourselves and figure out what the hell we're getting into. Because once the wheels start turning, you cannot turn them back. You cannot put the brakes on. And so, George, just in general, does AI excite you or does AI scare you?
First of all, why are you yelling? I'm just wondering.
This is what I deal with every day.
I do not drink. If my wife is watching, she'll tell you.
And God bless our audio team back there, because like the mic checks pre-show. Let me tell you, the mic checks pre-show. Mic check 1 2 3.
I was
mic
yelling.
check 1 2 3.
You guys said you don't yell this
and
much.
then he just blasts it. Like,
Well, funny story. Yesterday, I was at this location full of girls with daddy issues. And one of them actually mentioned to me about AI and how she's
I thought you were going to say Sin City Crypto for some reason.
she's an influencer on Instagram, and she sees AI changing everything for influencers because she uses it to like edit her videos and for graphic design. It's just it's really amazing. So AI can definitely can change the landscape for many things. Coding, graphic design. I don't know. You could do.
I mean, we are a cryptocurrency show, so let me kind of tie some crypto related in here. We saw that people were putting complete source codes of an entire like the Ethereum blockchain, and said find vulnerabilities, and they were able to find them. And so that could be used for good, that could be used for bad. So you brought up work a lot, right? And I want to share an article from CNBC. And Rocco, if you can pull up the there we go. So how AI is helping hire, promote, and train workers. AI can analyze massive amounts of data and provide useful feedback to HR leaders. If you're not familiar with what HR is, it's human resources. HR leaders can use AI in recruiting, onboarding, and learning and development functions. AI can alleviate repetitive tasks in HR departments, giving managers more time for big picture initiatives. I also want to share this. With 10.5 million job openings, okay, let me make this a little bigger so you guys can see. With 10.5 million job openings and just 6 million people officially unemployed, there's still more than 1.7 unfilled positions for every job seeker. So there are still more jobs available than there are people willing to work. And so let me ask you guys this question. This could be negative in multiple ways, right? It drives wage growth, right? If there's a less pool of people for these companies to hire from, and they're looking for quality, guess what? They're going to have to pay more. They're going to have to pay more in benefits. They're going to have to pay more in wages. And what does higher wages cost? Inflation. Because a company like Microsoft, a company like Walmart is not going to pay you an extra $5 an hour and take the L on their balance sheet. They're going to raise prices. And in turn, you have to pay more for your goods that you shop at Walmart. So can you make the argument that—
I don't know. Walmart's pretty cheap, bro. That's all I'm saying. Is that Walmart's made a lot of things cheap. Cereal is under $3 still. While
Are you arguing for or against right now?
I'm arguing for. Are you in trouble? I'm arguing for. Can it bring the jobs market, right, this big gap that we continue to see, into an even kilter?
I forgot the question. Can you repeat the question, please?
So the question is, right? Economists are worried that the wage gap or the job gap, right, of jobs available versus people willing to work, that gap is going to harm and keep inflation high. Do you think AI can step in and help alleviate some of those problems?
All right.
So for me, the way I look at it is that AI is creating high-skilled jobs, right? The same way that for every grocery store worker that lost their job scanning groceries and got replaced by the machine that you self-scan, those machines need to be built. And there is a lot of technology under the hood. So for each one of those machines, it has probably employed at least 1,000 employees for that one. And so at its core level, you're creating more skilled positions because you need to create the technology. And I know that this is hardware versus software, but it's still at the end of the day, you need to invest in the tech, and people need to build it and maintain it and make sure that it grows and scales and make sure it doesn't take over the world and start launching nukes. But with that said, I think whatever jobs it replaces, it does create new jobs. And so you're going to see a lot of people that are going to be employed by ChatGPT or the parent company OpenAI. But I don't know. And all the other ones to come as well. Remember, they're not the only one. They're the one that had the most user-friendly interface. And right now you got Bard, you got all of these other platforms, the Google, the list doesn't stop. I mean, everybody's integrating AI into their platforms. And so how many jobs have been hired with every major company that is in the tech industry that it wants to launch their own AI? They've probably hired hundreds, thousands of employees just to launch those services. So whatever jobs those are replacing currently, they're getting replaced by more tech jobs, right?
What are your thoughts, George? What are your overall thoughts?
All right, let me break it down because Robin just spoke for like 10 minutes.
That's what I do.
Welcome to Cincinnati.
Printing money is inflationary. Technology is deflationary. So AI is part of technology. It's going to help companies do more things faster in an efficient way, which will be deflationary. So overall, it's a net positive. You just have to learn. It's the same way with internet, mobile, whatever, right? New technology takes time for the industry to adapt, for people to adapt, and both the internet and mobile revolution have replaced jobs too, but they created more jobs based on what Robin was saying for 10 minutes. But basically, yes, it's going to be a good thing. It takes there's a transition period, but overall, it's going to be very good.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to add to AI before I move on?
I've been using it a lot. Just leave it at that. Thumbnails are looking crispy, bro. That's all I'm saying. How you doing?
Do you use AI in anything you do on your channel, George? Whether it's ChatGPT, scripts, anything?
No, not really. Not at this point, no.
Okay. Yeah. What will be the next? What will be the sector that leads the next bull market? Metaverse, DeFi, meme coins.
I've talked to a lot of VCs recently, and they've told me that they're still looking at infrastructure plays. So I think infrastructure is still going to lead the way, like layer ones, layer twos. I don't think that's going to change. The surprising thing is, we've been talking about AI, and I thought that a lot of VCs will be looking into AI plays to invest in. No, not one. I've talked to like 6 within the last 2 months, and not one said, okay, we're looking into AI. They're all still looking into infrastructure plays. So I still think it's going to be the chains.